welcome to Michiru Midnight. I'm your host, Michiru, and for my debut episode, I'm going to go over my top 10 horror movies of all time. I love horror. I grew up watching scary movies, and my top 10 changes throughout the year. But my top 3 stays mostly the same. I'll be going over these movies in more detail over the next year, but for now, I'll just say a few words about each of them. Bride of Frankenstein. I have way too much to say about this movie. One of the most iconic and definitive queer horror films. It really has so much subtext to it that you just have to watch it a bunch of times to let it sink in. It also has one of the most iconic monster designs in history with The Bride. Halloween. The original Halloween is still the best. There's a lot of movies and timelines in this franchise, but the original is still the one and only. If you haven't watched it, please go do that right now. X. I love sleazy, trashy exploitation movies. And this is also one of the best takes on Texas Chainsaw Massacre since Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and is a pretty meta take on 1970s adult movies and horror. Black Christmas. My favorite Christmas movie. Sure, it may seem a little dated because of how overdone the call is coming from the house trope is, but this is a perfect movie for cold winter nights. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Cheryl Lee gives every scene in this movie. David Lynch is my all-time favorite director, and he really created one of the greatest horror films of all time. Also, David Bowie is in this. If that's not enough for you, I don't know what is. Maniac Cop. Maniac Cop is an amazing slasher mixed with mood and grittiness. It's my favorite Bruce Campbell movie, which is saying a lot because I also love Evil Dead. But it's a great slasher set in a filthy 1980s New York and has two great sequels as well. Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan. My favorite Friday the 13th. Yes, I know most of it doesn't take place in Manhattan. I don't care. When it's in Manhattan, it's amazing. When it's on the boat, it's amazing. It has all my favorite Jason kills in it, and The Darkest Side of the Night is an awesome, awesome song. A Nightmare on Elm Street. What else can I say about this movie that hasn't already been said? This is a masterpiece of visual storytelling and tension. The concept of getting killed in your dreams, layered onto a story about a teenage girl being gaslit by her parents, is just brilliant. Not to mention, you have the iconic Heather Langenkamp as Nancy and Robert Englund as Freddy. Alien, my first love. I love the concept and H.R. Giger's design of the xenomorph. I love the claustrophobic setting. I love the design of the Nostromo and the derelict ship. The acting is fantastic. This is the first movie I remember watching as a kid, and I still notice new things about it to this day. I also had the chance to meet Veronica Cartwright and get a signed poster. This movie really taught me about what I love about horror and is the standard to this day. Sleepaway Camp, my number one favorite of all time. Oh my heart, I love this movie so much. For a Friday the 13th knockoff, this is a much better movie than any of the Friday the 13th movies. It's quotable, iconic, brilliantly paced, and stars the amazing Felissa Rose as Angela, my favorite horror character of all time. I love this movie so much if you can't tell by the autographed DVD and Felissa Rose photo I have. I've met her and she's the nicest person I've ever met. I can go on and on and on and on about how she said one of the nicest things anyone has ever said to me this year. But I just have to tell you, if you have the chance, go meet her. So that's it. That's my top 10, at least for today. The top 3 are pretty sacred and never change, but everything else often cycles in and out. On this channel, I'll be reviewing and giving my take on horror films and spotlighting some that I love and some that I hate. So be sure to like and subscribe and tell me, what's your favorite scary movie in the comments?